Good morning, friends. It's Friday morning, and I've not checked in with you this week for these morning devotions. I have missed you. But maybe nearly 5 months into this pandemic, maybe you were getting a bit tired of me. It's a good chance. So a few days without me crowding your news feed was probably okay. But I've missed you. It's been an interesting week for the Owens. Last Friday afternoon, a week ago, the compressor on our AC unit went kaput. Now, we didn't know that immediately. We just knew it wasn't working, and we didn't know it till we got back home that evening. So we called South Nashville Heat and Air, who installed it, a company that we have a good relationship with. I highly recommend them. But they weren't able to come out until Saturday afternoon. They diagnosed the problem, and they told us the terribly unfortunate news that it would be several days before they could fix it. Well, we couldn't very well live here in this heat without AC, so my parents and Leslie Ann's parents, they got to share the responsibility of hosting us for 5 days. And we're quite a crew to host for 5 days. We did get back into our house Wednesday evening, and it's cool in there. It feels great. What do people do when their air goes out and they don't have parents to move in with? They go to a hotel, they stay with friends, and a pandemic only makes it more complicated. I hope that you have friends who would help you out in such a circumstance. To be there for one another in times of need, that's one of the primary responsibilities of the church. I know you know that. This Sunday, a couple days from now, we're looking at a story from Luke that Jesus told about a rich farmer who built bigger barns to store his abundance rather than being generous with that abundance. As the story was told, the farmer was much more interested in his own comfort rather than the comfort of those around him. There's an old story of a woman who dreamed one night that she had died, and she was given a chance to visit both heaven and hell. In the dream, the one thing that death did to people was to stiffen their elbows. And no one in either realm could bend their arms at all. In hell, she saw terrible agitation and conflict. People walked around with bread in both hands, but no way to get it to their mouths. Each person was fending for themselves, and each person was miserable. In heaven, even with the same disability, the folks had discovered a solution. Although they could not feed themselves with their stiffened elbows, they could feed each other. Dietrich Bonhoeffer once said that the church is not a religious community of worshipers of Christ, but is actually Christ himself who has taken form among people. So remember that you have the opportunity to be Christ himself to someone today. And I hope you will join us as we worship together in 2 days on Sunday. You are loved, you are sent, and you are never alone. Grace and peace.